you ever heard that old story of if a fly is going 300 miles an hour on an airplane and then gets up and flies 20 or 40 miles an hour, however fast a fly can fly, does the fly know how fast he's flying? No, he has no idea. Just like little Ted here has no earthly idea what kind of journey he's about to embark on. Ted has no idea that tonight he'll be bedding down in Salem, Massachusetts, 480 miles away from Fairfax, Virginia, here, right outside of DC, his home.
This is my campsite in Salem, Massachusetts, which is really all I had time to photograph that day. I mean, that first day I traveled just over 500 miles. And make no mistake about it, that is a hard day on a motorcycle. A good day is like 250, 300 miles. But I wanted to shed as many miles as I could in that first day. Just feel like you really have gotten away from home. I didn't want to wake up early that next morning, but that sunrise.
So this is the last day I'll be wearing shorts. So that I'd point out, this is what happens when you wear shorts while you're riding a motorcycle. Look at all that road gunk that's on my, can you see it? The black specks on my leg. And look, I wear sandals most of the time. Those are my sandal stripes. How cool is that?
Day 2. After a shower in this lovely campground bathroom, I jumped back on the bike for a little over 300 miles, going up through Massachusetts and Maine. Alright, let me start by saying that the people you meet on the road can be intriguing. Why are you wearing a get-up?
It's for the troops.
For the troops?
In all the state capitals right now.
So how long have you been walking?
January 5th of 09.
Since January 5th of 09? I got the chance to help an older couple who had a flat tire that had actually damaged their trailer. I had to bend the metal piece back. Teddy got to eat ice cream. There are these little seafood shacks all along the East Coast. Some of the best fried scallops I have ever had, and I love scallops. Now, because they see so many canine travelers, they all sell these little cups of ice cream with a bone-shaped dog treat on top. Teddy seemed grateful to have some nice, cold ice cream. He's just a little spoiled. Day 3 was all about getting into Canada. And I have to keep reminding myself, now's the time to slow down. Take it in. Try to capture it. This is the destination. Any traveling I do now is ancillary to the rest of my day. My goal is no longer to get from one place to the next. My goal is to see Atlantic Canada. That's what I've got on my agenda today. As soon as I got into Canada, the weather took a turn towards the surreal. Clouds looming overhead. I don't know if I'm driving into the rain or away from the rain. Come on. Use the stairs. Come on. Come on. Come on. But nevertheless, the first day in Canada, I managed to stay dry. The next day, I was not so lucky. That magnificent fog gave way to showers. Of course I have rain gear and a tarp, but it doesn't make for easy going. "5 days away from home." It's like how a cowboy described the distance from Guthrie, Oklahoma to Dallas, Texas. "Oh, I reckon it's about 5 days ride from here." Right? 5 days away from home, and I'm in Nova Scotia. And it's a different world out here. I am beginning to understand why this was the destination. Look, there aren't words. There aren't words. I'm just gonna shut up for a while. Enjoy.
The sun's finally poking out. I've made it. 1,425 miles since Thursday. Today is Monday. It's Monday night. And I am in Cape Breton Highlands National Park, which is on Cape Breton Island and Nova Scotia, the fingertip of the continent.
This is why I'm here. The Cabot Trail. If you ride a motorcycle, this is the road you want to be on. It's smooth. It's curvy. It's got hills and giant vistas. There are scenic turnoffs exactly where you would want them, and some of the best scenery in the world. I'm sure it would look just as amazing in a car, but on a motorcycle, you can smell when you're getting close to the ocean. Long before you see it, that salt air fills your lungs. A side road off of the Cabot Trail leads you to Meat Cove. Now this road is one of motorcycle legend. It's unpaved. It's got blind corners, blind hills opening up to blind corners, and all of it on the edge of a cliff with drops well into the hundreds of feet. This road demands concentration. If you ride this road, you know you're a good rider. And other bikers know. When you tell them you rode to Meat Cove, they know what that means. They better not ever pave that road. Meat Cove itself is just a nice little rocky beach. Oh, did I mention this area is French? My camp was just outside of a town called Chetty Camp, a French Acadian fishing town. Okay, I'm going to take a quick break and talk about my equipment. I'm on a Suzuki Boulevard. It has 1,500 cc's, but it's fuel injected, so I still get 50 miles a gallon, and that helps because in Canada, liters of gas are expensive. I'm totally self-sufficient here. If you look on the back of the bike, I've got sleeping bag, tent, folding chair, my big clothes bag, and then you can see Teddy's little thing there. How in the world do you get Teddy on the motorcycle with you? I get this asked all the time. Every time I stop, they see the dog, and they're like, how did that get on the motorcycle? Well, here's this little crate. Open it up. He climbs right in.
Good boy, Teddy. You're a good boy.
And that shit.
and we hit the road.
Notice I keep my iPhone 4 on a RAM mount here on the front of the bike. I use that for GPS, and that's what gives me most of this amazing HD video you're seeing.
Something that I like to do while we're out and about so that Ted gets a little bit of exercise. When we stop, I just kind of pull off in some remote area and let the dog do his business, give him a little bit of water, and then, you know, kind of stretch your legs just a little bit, get your sea legs back, and to do that I give it a little jog. So Teddy and I both get a little bit of exercise, and he loves it. Watch.
How can you come to Nova Scotia or in this area of Canada and not have a little bit of lobster? So I have stopped at McDonald's and gotten the McLobster. Can you see that? Doesn't that look good? I'm sure it's fresh, right? I'm sure this is right out of the sea. But alas, all journeys must come to an end eventually. So after a few days in Nova Scotia, I had to start the long journey back home. I always set my GPS to avoid highways. The slow road may take longer, but the road is safer, more comfortable, and the journey is always more interesting. Check out this little cemetery I found. No historical marker or anything like that, just a graveyard from the 1800s. Some markers are so old you can't even read them. This definitely is not in photos. My wife Jennifer took a train to meet me in Boston on my way home. There we celebrated our 14th wedding anniversary. We saw Sam Adams' grave, and we drank Sam Adams. As a farmer's market was cleaning up, a lady was loading a suitcase with all the rubbish. Boston's a great town. After Boston, I headed to Brooklyn, where I stayed with my friend Aaron, and made a few new friends as well. The entire road home was plagued by rain.
Sometimes when it gets too wet, I have to pull over like under an underpass so that I can try to stay dry for a little bit. I mean, it's just raining too hard where it stings when it hits you. And I'm not entirely for sure that I can keep myself from hydroplaning. So then I stop, pull over, and just let the other cars go by. I'm gonna have to wait them out.
All casualties of the rain. Thank goodness for insurance. This journey took me through Maryland, Virginia, Pennsylvania, Delaware, Rhode Island, New Jersey, New York, New Hampshire, Connecticut, Massachusetts, Maine, New Brunswick, and Nova Scotia. 3,087 miles from July 8th to July 20th, darn near 2 weeks away from home. Home, where I'll start dreaming up my next adventure. Who knows where the wind will take me next? The word Mexico keeps rattling around in my head.